To the manufacturers out there, we want you to know that you've been warned. We're looking out.
And that is how you don't sell a guitar to people, ladies and gentlemen. This video is really, really perplexing to me. In case you haven't seen it, it's a video called Play Authentic that Gibson released a couple of days ago. There's been a backlash and they have pulled the video. But of course, it still exists on the internet. Idiots! There's been this whole thing about Gibson that they just care about money. That they're just corporate, faceless suits trying to sell these guitars, and you know, they're coming out with all these like terrible designs, right? Like the Firebird with a USB input and the Dark Tiger and all this like attempt to innovate and just coming out with these disgusting chimeras when really all people who want a Gibson want is like a decent SG or a decent Les Paul or, you know, a good 335. Just give the people what they want. And to their credit, 2019 Gibson's marketing has really focused on the fact that now they're all about the players and now they're here to deliver the guitars people want. And they've listened, and this just goes to show how like idiotic we are as guitar players, where basically Gibson just changed their marketing strategy and people went, "Oh, I knew that Gibson would change. See, I told you the whole time. It's all good. It's all good. Gibson are going to give us what we want." They're not just all about the money. They really want to deliver a guitar that we care about. You know, they hired Mark Agnesi. Mark has probably sold more used Gibsons than anybody. I have to give him a Norma shout out as well because they sold me my PRS mirror and my jazz bass the first year I went to the States. This totally green kid, you know, tall lanky kid walks into Norm's and goes, "Oh, guitar is fantastic." And they really looked after me. So yeah, good guys, I have to say that. But man, this video is a train wreck. Go and watch it. I've posted a link in the video description, but it's sort of like just a sort of cringy Gibson video until that part I showed at the start. Let's watch it again, actually.
To the manufacturers out there, we want you to know that you've been warned. We're looking out. We want you to know that you've been warned. We're looking out. We want you to know that you've been warned. We're looking out. We want you to know that you've been warned. We're looking out.
This is sort of the part where you just go, you know what, Gibson haven't changed. They are just all about the money. And I know later in the video he says, hey, we're not here to bully the boutique market. But really, who is this video aimed at? You know, it's sort of like, we've got our trademarks and there's all these things which we have which make a Gibson, and we've been we've been doing this for over 100 years and we'll do it for more than 100 more. It's who out there thought this was a good idea? You know, we're here to reach out to the film industry to add authenticity to your product. You would think that rather than make a YouTube video, the Gibson would actually like employ somebody who's going to go out there and, you know, liaise with the film industry. And I love that little bit in the video where he talks about taping the headstock, and it's like, hey, that's still copyright infringement, right? Yeah, this is just a train wreck of a video. And if you want to talk about originality, like Gibson market guitars to people who haven't listened to anything original for like the past 35 years. These are people who, you know, they probably look exactly like Mark. You know, they wear a suit during the week and then they put their leather jacket and their chucks on the weekend and they go and talk with their buddies about guitar. And that's awesome, you know, it's fun. Guitar's fun, music's fun, rock music is fun, but there's nothing original about any of this kind of stuff. So when you're talking about like a marketing strategy aimed at originality, dude, it's 2019. We get it. A Les Paul should be a Les Paul. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But that doesn't mean it's being original or being authentic, you know. One could argue that there's nothing authentic about a 2019 Gibson. Like, they're not made in the same factories. You want an authentic Gibson, go and buy a Heritage made in the old factory. If you want an authentic Gibson, go and buy a used one. Like, there's this whole, like, modern marketing spiel that just kind of disgusts me, in case you haven't figured that out already. Where it's like the same thing that Instagram influencers do with organic food. It's like, it's organic food and it's from the earth and it's authentic and it's good for you. Like, it's a guitar, man. Like, you know, you want it to sound good. You want it to be inspiring when you play it. Fair enough. Make a good guitar. If Gibson are moving to make good guitars, that's great. But their whole marketing strategy is still geared around basically selling overpriced instruments to boomers. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, that is how the market works, go and do it. But this kind of thinly veiled threat from like a guy, you know, the cool dad, why would you put this out? It's good that they pulled the video, but why did it go up in the first place? You know, it's kind of like about as good as this video, like someone sitting in their basement, making a YouTube video, going on a little rant, and then it's been cut together. But Gibson are like a multi-million-dollar corporation. They haven't changed. They won't change. When you buy a Gibson guitar, you're just buying essentially like an overpriced, pretty okay instrument. There are way better avenues you can go down if you want to buy a really good modern Les Paul. And it seems like this video is just aimed at addressing, I don't know, all the blues lawyers out there. Like, hey, blues lawyers, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to trademark, right? You guys make all your money out of this. So, bad. My hot take for Gibson would be, you hired Mark. You know, Mark's really good at a few particular things. He's kind of like, you know, if you're a dude and you want to go to the gym and you're like me and you're skinny and you want to go to the gym and you want to like put some muscle on, you know, so you might follow a few like bodybuilders and workout guys on Instagram. And, you know, you'll be like, what protein powder does this really buff guy that I think is cool and strong and good looking? Or you're a girl and you want to get into shape, so you go and follow some Instagram fitness models. Or you're like 95% of dudes where you just follow a bunch of Instagram fitness models because, hey, you like the eye candy, right? People follow Mark because he's got the equivalent of that. He's always posting sweet old Gibson and Fender guitars. Like, let him do that thing, but not this. Not like, hey, our lawyers are going to come for you, because there is a whole generation of people now who have grown up looking at Gibson and just go, well, they're just a faceless corporate guitar. They're a guitar in a suit who wants to take my money and not give me the best value possible. So, there's my hot take anyway. It's just like, Gibson, don't hire people like me to do your videos. Really, it's a bad marketing strategy because people on YouTube are idiots. Like, we're idiots. We just say what we think. There's no filter. There's no consultation. There's no, like, marketing analysts. I don't know anything about marketing. I'm just an idiot who makes YouTube videos and who plays in a band and plays loud music, and I love to play guitar. I could probably tell you about as much about vintage Gibsons as Mark Agnesi can, but I'm not going to like dress it up in this like, play authentic. We spent lots of money on tools and dressing it up, and yeah, don't play that other guitar, man. Don't play a PRS single cut, because see this? The headstock's not the same, so it's not going to be as good. Idiot. You can go and see the video and make up your mind for yourself. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments what you thought about this video. From a marketing perspective, it's a disaster, and in my opinion, nothing has changed at Gibson. They are just giving money to some different people to say the things that people want to hear. They haven't really changed, and I don't think they will ever really change, because they're at that sort of like too big level of being a corporation where their bottom line is to just take your money. The end. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching the video, and this is your useful idiot, Leon, signing off.